Welcome to a Tuesday night X-Wing with Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We have an amazing Alt-Star series lineup right here on Planning Phase Syndicate. Tonight, I have Sean versus Brendon playing a scramble at the transmission scenario. Tonight, they are playing their Alt-Stars game to see who gets to remain in the lead. Sean is going to be running his classic Rebel trash list versus Brendon's first order, crazy first order quick draw, multiple shot list. We are pleased to present Alt Stars. Normally they stream on Hexiled, but these two happen to be locals of mine and happen to both have to work during the day, so they were not able to stream on Scott's stream earlier. On top of that, we are all three of us are off to play in the Russ Cup Team Championship down in Ohio this very weekend. So Sean not getting to play his list because of the All-Star League, but Brendon is playing a pretty close version of the list that he will be flying this weekend. And yes, don't worry, the lists are public, so we have nothing to hide. With that being said, I'll turn my camera on so you can see my lovely work hair today. We're gonna go ahead and run over the list real quick. We have Sean on Rebels with Dutch Vander with Teflon Belly Rub, Dorsal Turret, Ion Torpedoes, Concussion Missiles, and Munitions Failsafe. Horton Psalm in his fancy Y-Wing for the second one in the set was Selfless, Dorsal, Ion Torpedoes, Concussion Missiles, and Munitions Failsafe. Cullaby with Elusive, Chopper, Astromech, FTC, and S-Foils. Saw Gerrera with Marksmanship, FCS, Ursa Wren, K2SO, FTC, and Pivot Wing. And finally, Kraken rounding out the list with Plasma Torpedoes and Elusive. On Brendon's side, we have Gideon Hask with Sensor Boys, which is funny because now we have all these Battle of Yavin ships that we get to call boys. So Gideon gets to carry his own Sensor Boys. Attack Officer, Agent Terex, Biohex Crypt Codes. Then we have Commander Melorus with Mag Pulse, Brendon's specialty to make sure that any crits go away. Then we have Scorch with the shield upgrade, Quick Draw with Proud Tradition, Elusive, Pattern Analyzer, Special Forces Gunner for the double tap or the extra dice, Fire Control Systems, and shield upgrade. And Captain Phasma with Proud Tradition, FCS, Pattern Analyzer, and Special Forces Gunner. Let's go ahead and double check, make sure the colors are correct. So I have the colors incorrect. So let's fix that. Captain Phasma is yellow tonight. Just funny because I imported this out of TTS. You think it would be just fine. Green is going to be Scorch. Quick Draw gets to be red. Of course, every one of them is wrong. And Commander Melorus gets to be blue tonight. If you don't know our podcast, we stream every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, or I believe that's 2100 UTC. And it is pretty fun. We do a weekly show, and we cover everything from the normal X-Wing list to tournament coverage, and we even have our own different little Academy 101 series. We just finished a series on Chesswing, so that was pretty fun. Tonight we have Scramble the Transmissions, which I think really for both these lists, it's pretty decent. Most of Sean's list doesn't all need a bunch of mods, with Dutch being able to give out a target lock to Horton or Cullaby, whichever floats his boat. it seems pretty easy to take one of those objectives and on top of that still get a modded shot. Same with we have on Brendon's side, we are going to see Commander Malorus able to take an objective if he wants and could just flip his charge. So this will be, I will select this match as probably a little bit more in favor of Sean with some of the aggression, but he does have two Y-Wings, and I will say, Y-Wings do not like to live. Brendon is setting up his Quick Draw and Phasma together. And so a lot of that is if you shoot Phasma, Phasma passes off a damage, activates Quick Draw as second shot. If you shoot it, Quick Draw, get a damage through, take a shield. Quick Draw activates is second shot as well. So essentially, if you shoot at either of them, Quick Draw is almost guaranteed to double tap. My guess is we'll see a little bit more of an aggressive Gideon this time around. A lot of times, Brendon will keep Gideon very close to the back, not getting shots off. But I think this time around, we will probably see Gideon a little bit more active in an effort to help focus fire. I will say them jousting right now is not favorable, in my opinion, as much for Brendon. Could be not the end of the world, but I will say it's definitely not as favorable to him. I apologize. There is no background music tonight. I kept getting a bunch of crap happening and getting muted on Twitch for the background, even though it's free. The background music was free. I found it online. They didn't care. So I have to find new background music. So you will have to forgive that. I also need to get a hold of Scott. I need to get a transparent logo for A, for Alt Stars, and B, for his show, because I don't have transparent logos for his show. They just kind of show up with like backgrounds, and I'm not a good enough artist to be able to do it. All right, so it looks like they have rolled. Timer has started. We'll go ahead and start that clock. And it looks like we will have Sean as first player this round. Sean going a little bit more aggressive, I think. They are all taking the locks on the rock in case there is any sort of jam that comes in. Chances are they will not have an engagement unless Brendon gets very aggressive here. I'm kind of guessing Brendon's going to try to keep everything out of range this round, but you never know. The three straights do allow for the opportunity if those TIE fighters go fives to possibly get a shot. Again, I can't see Brendon doing that, especially because I feel he's going to want to keep Scorch closer to the back here to ensure that Scorch is able to give off, get the next round, be able to pick up that objective without having Quick Draw or Captain Phasma use her action to do that. We will see here, though. You never know. We apologize to Greg in advance. We know Greg normally streams on Tuesday nights, but I could not pass up an Alt-Star game, especially this far into the league. So this one has a little bit more results weighing on it. Evening, Azagal. Welcome to the show. Good win tonight for Team Endgame. Time to gather some intel. Azagal, are you playing in the Alt-Stars League as well? Let's say Brendon's on our team, so yeah, you're in the cut. Okay, well, there you go. So yes, you should definitely be scouting. So you have to be nice to Brendon. Brendon's on Team Endgame with us, so I think we want to. You don't want to just off him, right? So for those of you who don't know, Azagal, we have a free Nickel City League that we all play on. I was not able to get into the Alt-Stars League this year. They sold out rather quick, so I guess I need to add a Patreon chip to Scott's channel so that I can get in. You're in love with cuts. There are no rules. Fair enough. So there will be no shots this round, which is kind of anticipated. Again, I don't see I see Brendon keeping everything close to allow for the decisions to be made and to be able to take some of those objectives. I don't like a lot of where his Malorus is. I'm a little surprised his Malorus didn't go farther. Oh, I see. So we're gonna get some shots into the buoys. Super awesome. Spend that target lock. Sean trying to take ooh, 2 hits into the buoys. I don't know. So we got to get some paint here. Yeah, we get 2 paints. No problem. Brendon, if you roll like that for the rest of the game, you will easily have no issues. Sean hates those buoys. It's funny, Brendon. Oh my gosh, Sean is going to use a missile into the buoys. We are getting a concussion missile, folks, into the buoys. Spend that target lock. And we do get 3 hits. Brendon needs 3. Well, he gets 2 paint, so only 1 damage. That buoy still gets to live. It's not a buzz droid, folks. 1 more shot from the buoy. All right, so hit, crit. I will say the probability this buoy dies is pretty high, and it does. We have 1 buoy off the board. That's hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. When I used to play Sean with my FO list, so just a little backstory. Sean, me, and Brendon are all in the same, we all play in the same league. So we all play together. We're all from Grand Rapids, Michigan area. So no points for the buoys, but Sean does get the buoys off the table. So that way there can't be an earlier or later jam from Gideon without getting in close. I will say I'm a little surprised with obstacle placement for Brendon. I would have assumed we would have put another obstacle closer to that area, the open area for those 3 objectives. I would assume maybe in the center of it, because then you can keep that buoy on your side, without having any other rocks closer. That was the obvious right place to put it. And I agree, Azagal. Discords with 1 agility is an extreme injustice. They should have 2 agility, and they don't need the 3. I'll agree with the 2 agility, and I would like any ship that has network calculate to be able to spend calculates to save it. Because then it kind of forces you to say, hey, do you want to take calculates, or do you want to take or network calculate, or do you want to take independent calculate? So it looks like Sean will win again for round 2. Obviously, no points scored from the buoy. I do like my discords. I've actually not used discords as often unless I run an actual swarm. I am now in the more offensive meta. And I will say, like last night, for example, I ran, and doesn't look like, so it looks like Sean is tokening up. And not taking that objective. I find that a little surprising, but at the same token, I think that's going to give Brendon's going to also probably not take an objective. Nope, he is going to take one with Phasma. All right. And he really needs to get Malorus into this joust here. We really need to see Malorus come in as fast as Malorus can. We'll look at all these bloody target locks coming out. So Sean is going to decide to go into that. I'll be honest, I have no idea what the redeems do as a goal. I'm not as good of a streamer as some of these other guys. Sorry, I don't know what half this stuff is. Hats off to you. I don't know. There's probably something I need to set up so they display on the stream. That's probably what it is. All right. So here we got quick draw coming in, taking an evade. Yep. So, all right. So quick draw, double tokening up. a little bit afraid of some of those plasma torpedoes coming in. And I will say that definitely is not the best. We do have Phasma getting a calculate here. And Brendon did take the stress, so we will have Malorus be able to mod dice. I don't know 100% if I would have done that or not. I don't think Malorus is the target here. All right, so we get quick draws. First shot, I would assume into Dutch. Does not spend the thing. And Dutch, are you going to take those 2 shields? Oh, it's Horton. He went into Horton? Oh, all right. He went into Horton. So 2 shields down on Horton. All right, spend the calculate, get the reroll from the target lock, and it is just 2 hits. And I think Brendon's debating, do you spend the focus? Yep, spending the focus, so no damage going in. Of course, that will give good old Dutchy boy a target lock, and Dutch will give somebody else a target lock. Oh, it's going to be Saw. And then he gets he gets the FTC. Oh, sad. All right, so we got a Malorus with a downtown shot, it looks like. Or no, he's going to go range 2. All right. Oof. Oof. Nothing. All right, so now we're getting a Dutch shot. Obviously, probably into quick draw. No reason not to at this point. We get the ion torpedo. Spending. Yep. All right, rolls into a blank, so only 3. So guaranteed damage going through. And he gets 2 evades. Look at that. Look at that. 1 shield down, and he is going to trigger the shot back. So we get 3 dice. I'm assuming going back into Horton. Only 1 crit. Not going to spend the focus. Yep, and doesn't have to worry about it. So we do get the shot back, but it didn't do any good for Brendon. All right, now we got Saw. Saw just... Ooh, spend the focus, I'm guessing. Yep. 3 hits going into quick draw. Oh, quick draw. Spend his focus and take it 2 more shields. Can't shoot back. Probably doesn't care, though. All right. Just a 2-die shot. 1 hit. Quick draw needs the 1 paint. There we go. All right. Just need to keep that paint going. Oh, yeah. He misses elusive, didn't he? There you go. Zach calling him out already. Just the 1. Elusive. Do we get an elusive? No, we missed their elusive. Oh, he remembered. All right, good. And he gets the evade. He gets to keep his shields for the next round when he gets to shoot. Double tap again. Ugh. All right, now we got Scorch coming in. He'll take the stress, like always. Always stress Scorch. And we get 2 hits. Pretty good. And we get a blank out. Ugh. So 2 more damage into Horton Psalm. Would be half points, but doesn't matter because we ain't playing chance tonight. Now we're going to get Phasma. Phasma going in the same one. 2 hits. Yeah, 2 hits. Spin the focus to take 1 more. It's still a good round for Horton because Horton is not dead yet. All right, now we got Gideon. Does Gideon have that shot? No, it does not look like it. Oof. Too bad for Gideon. Too bad. So that will give Brendon 2 points. Good job taking those objectives. I will say I'm a little weirded out by the Malorus spend, because Malorus is the target, but hey, you never know, right? You never know what you can get. So we'll be back to dials for round 3 for our Scramble the Transmission. So now the question becomes, we have Sean, who jousted, could not take quick draw off the board. That means Sean's going to have to slow roll. I think Sean still blocks some of their maneuvers. So we're going to go look at quick draw a minute. Quick draw still can do the 5 forward. So I think quick draw could still technically surpass all of them, which is sad because I think quick draw is the one. They could all rotate their turrets to the back. I just don't know if that's a good idea. But we could see Dutch in them rotate their turrets to the back. I'm actually a little surprised Sean didn't start that way, only in case they get the 5 forward rotate focus action that these FFs love to have. It's a good thing quick draw is not any cheaper because, man, she would just be so good. But I do feel that we're going to see Phasma. I don't see Phasma going as fast. I don't know. Brendon typically likes to keep those two together. Really, really, really likes to keep those two together. We could see a Phasma doing some sort of like a 2 hard or a 3 hard and then rotate focus. We could see that. They could start going into Saw. I don't know 100%. I do feel we're going to get a wannabe Scorch bump if Scorch can get in there. So road roll in this game is insane, right? So many crossovers. But I really feel that we won't see Phasma make a churn. But I do wonder if we will get the 5 forward from quick draw. But I think it kind of depends. Again, it's a weird situation. I don't know if you care if quick draw is at range 0 of a couple of these ships, but I do feel that 5 forward is really just good for quick draw. You do not want to lose quick draw here. I will say that. That I don't think would be the best use of some of those points. But Sean is on the clock now. There is a clock ticking. All of Sean's crazy target lock shenanigans. This is a typical list that Sean likes to run. Anything that gives weird interactions, allows him to take all these other like focus actions and then get free target locks. And then he loves this list because of FTC. And I don't disagree with him. I really think FTC on this list is very strong. And that's part of the reason I think he runs this list is because 2 of those ships can take FTC, not even a question. And it's who does he need to jam this round? But I feel like a 4 or a 3 forward from Scorch to clear that stress would be beneficial. You could do a 2 forward, barrel roll all the way to the left and back. Now you might be too close to that thing there. But Scorch could just get out of the way as well, depending on how you want to run that. So this is going to be Sean again. I think this is beneficial for Sean because it gives Sean the ability to take the mods Sean wants. Everybody but Kraken gets to go. And we know Kraken's probably just doing a 1 forward. Yeah, Kraken's getting the K2SO calculate. Kraken, I can imagine, is probably doing the 1 forward. So we get Sean being aggressive here. Probably going to go into Gideon. Taking the stress focus, though. Oh, did we get a self bump? We did get a self bump from Dutch. Oh, Dutch is taking a damage. Dutch probably doesn't care too much. I think that's the first. Yep, that's the first shield on Dutch. We get the very awkward maneuver from a U-Wing. Like, I cannot believe those things are that maneuverable. Oh, he gave it to Colby. I guess we should have colored Colby. So Colby going for the block here, taking a target lock on quick draw, hoping to get some sort of a bump, we'll say. That means Saw and quick draw, or Saw and Colby have target locks. So Brendon going to take Scorch, take that objective. Brendon officially has 3 objectives that will put him at 5 points this round. So if he loses quick draw, I don't think that's the end of the world. So we get a bump here. I'm hoping it's not a self bump. I'm assuming it's a bump into his ships. Yep. So he's just going to take a stress focus. Now, here's what, hopefully Gideon does not bump. Gideon does not bump. Barrel roll, barrel roll. I want to see a barrel roll. Does he have him? No, it's a focus. No, it's a focus. No, barrel roll him. Do not get an arc. Oh. All right. All right. And Gideon, and oh, we get a second self bump from Sean. No. And Kraken, okay. Kraken takes nothing, but that leaves Kraken modless currently, which is not a bad thing. And we get Malorus clearing the stress, getting a bump into Horton, which I think is really what Sean wants, is how do I not lose Horton this round? I think if you're Malorus, you just take the stress focus. There's no reason to flip your ability. I don't think you flip your ability. Oh, all right. So he's not. And we get the clear. We get a clear, and we're gonna get a rotate focus here, folks, or a rotate something. Oh, he took because he has a rotate target lock. Yep, they have a target lock rotate action. Oh my gosh. He could take it onto. You could take it on Horton. Horton's only got 3 health left. Take it on Horton. He did not take it onto Horton. All right, he took it on somebody, and I don't know how. We will get the last charge spent on Malorus. I have no idea who he took a target lock, but he did. Oh, he took a target lock on Colby. Wow. All right. And spend your focus. You ain't getting shot. There you go. 3 hits. And Colby. No, Colby, spend your focus. Oh, and he remembered his elusive too. All right. So spending your focus, just taking 1 onto Colby. If you're Colby, that's a good trade right there. All right. So now we're gonna get Kraken. He's gonna go into Phasma? Really? All right, Kraken going into Phasma. Hit crit. Phasma's gonna get to pass one of these off. 2 evades. No, he doesn't get to pass one off. No, that sucks. All right. Too bad. All right, now we're gonna get Malorus. Who is Malorus shooting? So is he going? All right, going 2 evades. I have no idea who he shot at because he's not pinging the table. to tell him in a minute. Start pinging the bloody table. All right. All right. So Colby must have not had a shot. We get Saw. Saw's going to go into Malorus. All right. Saw into Malorus. 2 hits. Still pretty good. And Malorus says, well, folks, I don't think that's going to happen. Going back into Malorus again. 3 dice from Dutch. Ooh, hit, crit. Pretty good into Malorus. That's a pretty good shot. And Malorus only gets 1 evade. No. That means he's taking a crit. And it's a structural damage. Oh, no, Malorus. Oof. All right. Range 0 shot. 1 hit. Won't kill Malorus. Malorus still gets Malorus's ability. Woof. So now here, I don't think you're as sad if you trade Malorus at this point. At this point, if they focus their effort into Malorus, you still have a full, healthy Phasma. We get a Gideon range 1. I'm guessing into Horton. I can't imagine it's not into Horton. Oof, only 1 hit. Takes 1 more. Still alive. Not dead yet. But it's going to be harder for Sean. I think he's going to have to take some of these objectives here. We get a Phasma shot. Is that a range 1 too? Oh, it is a range 1. Do you have the focus still? All right. Just 2. Spence's focus. Damn it, Horton, you're still alive. And did they miss Gideon's trigger this whole time? All right, we'll look in a minute. All right. Brendon gets 3 more scenario points. This officially equals a ship here. This is pretty good. Looking pretty good for Brendon. He's going to have to figure out what target he wants next. I assume we're just going to get a turnaround maneuver from Scorch. We could probably just get a 1 forward from Quick Draw. All right, let's look at Gideon's pilot ability a minute. While you or a friendly small ship at range 0 to 2 performs a friendly attack against a damaged defender, if the attacker rolled 2 or fewer dice, it may gain 1 strain to reroll an attack die. Brendon, you missed it. You could have taken the strain. You weren't getting shot. Damn it, Brendon. 0 to range 2. Damn it. He could have done it too. And that you could have had a dead Horton here, which would have cleared a little bit of space up on the board, and it would have given you a 9-0 lead. Now, I will say this is still a game. I would not count Sean out yet. Sean has made comebacks a lot better than this one, especially against me. I do think Sean is in a pretty bad position here. He is in a good position with Saw, but with everybody jammed up there, it's really hard, I think, for those Y-Wings. And I was a little surprised they went as aggressive as they did. I was thinking more of 1 Banks or 1 Straight, maybe moving your target locks away from Quick Draw and moving them onto Gideon. I do think if you ionize Gideon, which, yeah, it takes 2 ion tokens, but ionizing Gideon would have been really good here. Because it would have forced Gideon to not be able to, Gideon's not going to be able to do a lot there. So we do have a damaged engine on, no, we have structural damage, actually, not damage engine. We have structural damage on Commander Malorus. I'm guessing we're going to see some sort of, stop from Saw. I'm guessing, because Malorus is in a pretty precarious position. Even if you 3 forward, you could barrel roll and probably still be an art of Saw. I feel getting Malorus off the board is very imperative for Sean right now. You need some of those points, but Malorus has no charges left. At this point, I think you could sacrifice Malorus and not be too upset. We also might see Sean take like Dutch, for example, and take one of those objectives. Horton would be probably a pretty good objective taker right now. Say, hey, force you if you want my 4 points, you gotta come get me. You gotta come get me now. Which again, depending on role, if it's me, I would probably I would probably stop with Gideon there. I don't know. How many charges do we got left? So Terex has no charges, it seems like. So he has officially burned through his charges. Oh. Should be on the counter. Great. Oh. I have that. Well, you should look for it because you need to take your pill tonight. Love you too. Yes, love you too, stream. Sorry. Daughter was down here asking about some pills. Move my mouse out of the way. All right. So we get Brendon rolling and we get Sean first player again. Ugh. Though I don't think Sean's super upset by that. This one. Last time it did not benefit him. This time, I think it does. So we're going to take the stress with K2SO. So that means we are not going to see a stop maneuver. Brendon rolling a blank for whatever Terax is gives him a jam. Not very good, but you got to execute a maneuver to be able to do the action. I don't think you can K-turn with Cullaby. All right, so he is taking that objective. Oof, we get Dutch Horton bumping. Taking the stress focus. Again, he's probably not that bad off. It's all in whatever Phasma does here. So Cullaby must not have had stress. I swear Cullaby had stress, but I don't have time to go back and look. We get the saw, do move forward, bumps, takes stress focus again. And we do get static going around the rock here. I think you target. No, I think you target lock here. I would have target locked there. So we are going to get Phasma going forward. I'm assuming we'll get a rotate target lock or a rotate focus. Probably a rotate target lock. You got to get rid of Horton here. Horton's on 1 health. That's 4 easy point. Nope, going to take a focus rotate. All right. Gideon will take the focus. He has a jam, so I don't know why he took a focus, but you're right. Okay. All right. We get a turnaround maneuver with Kraken. It does leave Malorus not able to barrel roll. I think you just evade here. I don't know what else you can do. You can take a focus, I guess. I would take an evade, but. And we get the quick draw sloop. Oh my gosh, I hate quick draw sometimes. All right, so we're going to get quick draw turnaround maneuver. I'm assuming we're getting a pattern analyzer. So we're just going to get a focus rotate. Or is that an evade? If he gets the evade and takes the focus, yeah, because of proud tradition. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Somebody better flip that. All right, so the only shot he has is in this saw, it looks like. So it's probably not the end of the world. I'm guessing you spend the focus. Oh, you got fanatical? Hmm. I'm assuming, yeah, okay, there we go. I'll say I don't see fanatical on there. We get Kraken, range 2 into Malorus, I'm guessing. So 2v2. And 2 native hits from Kraken. Kraken's pissed. Oh, no. All right. One more into Malorus. Malorus is still alive. So they're going to give Dutch a target lock. And then that gives Saw a target lock. And they're both just going to go into Malorus. So not he does not believe that Dutch can kill him. So all right. No, obviously Dutch first, range 2. It'll be a 2v2 again. And we get 2 hits again. Spend that focus. That's stupid little Malorus. Here's a range 1 from Saw, though. Yeah. So Saw is now double modded, essentially. There's the 2. You spend it. It does not matter at this point, other than maybe you keep you just keep it. No, you spend it anyway? Really? I don't know if I would have spent. I guess you spend it because you got it, but all right. So that is officially a dead Malorus that does bring Sean back into the game. That will give Sean 3 points, which I think is very needed on Sean's behalf. And he also has a 1 objective. All right. So now we're going to get a Scorch shot. Oh, we're going to get the Gideon shot first. All right. Just 1 into Horton. Or is it into Saw? All right. Cullaby in the quick draw. Has a target lock. And we get hit quick. Hit quick. Hit crit into quick draw. And we get 2 of 8. Shot. Oh, so sad for Sean. All right. So I think that's all of Sean's ships. Let's see who we get first. We get Phasma. I assume we go into Horton, right? I assume that's what you do is into Horton. There you go. All right. So that's officially a dead Horton. Couldn't get away. Sad day for Horton. All right. So now we're going to get a Gideon shot. That is a very juicy range 1. Man, that's a very juicy range 1 into Dutch there. Still only 1 hit though. Just the 1 hit and 1 evades. This doesn't seem to matter. All right, and Scorch obviously does not have anything, so we're gonna get 2 more points for Brendon, 1 more point for Sean. That puts Brendon in the lead, 11-4. Sean needs to do some work. You need to get Quick Draw off the table this turn. You have to do it, and you only got Colubi, unfortunately, to do it. But you need to get him off the board. And Quick Draw still has that other shot coming back, so it's still a double tap. You could be a dead Colubi if you're not careful. I'm assuming we're getting a 3 hard around that asteroid there. Put in the center. You might even be close enough to just take that objective again, depending on what Dutch does. And I think if you're Scorch, I don't know if you care. Because if you lose Scorch, that's 3 points, but you have the objective. If Dutch takes the objective, you're probably not losing Scorch because you're both unmodded, and Gideon is right there to pick off who he wants. I think at this point, Dutch is the least of your worries. I really think you have to start going into Saw or get Kraken off that table. So it'll be interesting to see if we get a sloop from Phasma here. Phasma does have Pattern Analyzer, if Sean didn't know. And Proud Tradition, if Sean didn't know. Very dirty, dirty TIE FS. TIE FS. SFs. FSs? SFs? Whatever you want to call them. Very dirty. All right. So we get Dutch moving first. Somehow again. Colby just going a little straight. It will be hilarious if Brendon won banks or won straights and barrel rolls. I think you take the objective here. And there you go, Gideon. There you go. All right, we got Kraken, also target locking, trying to strip some of those shields that probably are not there. Need to jump in and ask him if Gideon's still stressed. Is Gideon still stressed there? Yeah, okay. Well, you just hit remove it. I just want to make sure it gets removed. All. And if you, that's what I thought, but if you hadn't done a blue, I was going to make you roll it back. All right. Now we got Quick Draw's decision. Does it look like Quick Draw makes that barrel roll? I don't know. I feel an attempt is kind of worth it, but that's just me. I don't know. Again, I don't know if you care as much, but I mean, you will be like technically unmodded, but I just don't know. It's a double tap into Cullaby, and you avoid a shot if you can clear that barrel roll. And it's close. We'll put it that way. So it does fit. He is barrel rolling. And we'll see how well that does for him. All right, we're gonna go into Cullaby. I'm guessing 1 hit is all I see. 2 hits. We get the elusive. Cullaby will spend the focus. No shots, no damage. This will be a second range one into Cullaby, though. Probably won't kill him, though. All right, we get a plasma torpedo. Not ideal for Sean. Oh my gosh, and he rolls into 2 freaking eyeballs. All right. No way. We do see no elusive. Do you have elusive still? You forgot to regen your elusive. And he got a council fire 2 out of it. He forgot to regen his elusive. I guarantee it. We'll still get to throw the shot back, though. I mean, so there is still that, but you forgot to regen your elusive when you slooped. And you get nothing. You get nothing. No worry there. Cullaby, he came out very well on this side of the offense. All right, Cullaby taking the range 2 into Phasma. Just 1. And 1 for Phasma. Good old Saw. Range 1 into Phasma. This could be the swing Sean needs here. We get 3 hits. Gonna re-roll 1. And we get 4 hits. So 2 damage going into Phasma. We get 1 evade. So we actually will get 3 damage, as I don't think he's at range 1 to pass that off. All right. So that's 3 shields. That is pretty good. That's pretty good right there. 1 more shot like that and your Phasma's gone. All right. Dutch. Can we ionize him? So I'm guessing that he only got 2. So no damage, no ion. Scorch. Taking your stress. Gonna go into Dutch, I'm guessing. I don't think you get Dutch off the board here, but 4 dice is really juicy. Oh my gosh. Hit, crit. And Sean has no focuses. That's a shield, a hull, and 2 crits. Oh. And it's a fuel leak and wounded pilot. All right. Nothing for backdraft out the front. So I guess Sean is conceding here, folks. So I apologize. The game essentially is over. If he gets Dutch off the board, it would have been another 4 points anyway, plus the 3. Puts him at 15, 18. Really? So it puts him into 18. So really 1 more turn and it would have been done and over with. But we do have a great Alt-Star game. Good game. Sean wants to go to bed early for the night, so we're going to call it a day. Thank you all for joining us. Maybe, well, let's see who else is on. Maybe we'll raid somebody. Oh, who can we raid? Looks like Nickel City is live. We're going to go ahead and raid Nickel City. So anyway, thank you all so much for joining us tonight for the Alt-Start game. We will be back next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern with a podcast.